So obviously, before I start to talk about this topic, I'd like to say this does contain some manga spoilers all the way to the current chapter, which is chapter 137. So if you're an anime only or haven't caught up and magically landed here, then I'd advise you to just get out of here quick before you actually do get spoiled. But of course, if you don't care about spoilers, you can stay. But I'm going to say this theory has been on my mind for ages and I just haven't gotten around to making a video on it. But since we're so close to the ending of this great series with 2 chapters remaining, I decided to make this video to talk about this theory and also see what everyone's thoughts are on it as well. I also didn't make up this theory myself, it's been everywhere for ages, so I don't take credit for it. The way this video is going to go is basically I'm going to analyze this ending video and try to pick out some things that could actually end up happening in the conclusion of Attack on Titan. Also, thanks so much for 700 subscribers. We're getting so much closer to 1000 subs each day. So right before I get into the video, subscribe if you haven't, like the video, and turn on bell notifications. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so this ending video has basically been out for a while and people have been basically talking about their different interpretations of each scene in it. I'm basically going to try and do the same thing and try to unmask how this ending video could be the potential ending of the real story. This is only a theory though, so don't think this will be the absolute conclusion of Attack on Titan. Now in the first scene, we have someone kneeling down next to a grave, meaning that they actually knew this person which had died. I'm going to take this person as Eren Yeager, our main protagonist of the series. Next after this, we see this person sitting down next to a sapling, and maybe, and just maybe, I'm only reaching here, but maybe this scene right here is a reference from the start of Attack on Titan. We have the person sitting next to the sapling, which I'm going to assume is a tree sapling, and at the start of the series, we saw Eren sitting right next to a tree the same way this scene is. The next sequence, we have a clear view of the surroundings, and then we cut to another person looking at the same grave the other person was looking at before. I'm also going to assume that other person is actually the adult Eren, and the person we saw before was a younger version of Eren. They both mourn the same grave, and of course the person who was there must have been very important to them. It could be either Armin or actually Mikasa. The adult Eren also begins to cry, and if the person who died was actually killed by Eren, it would make it a lot sadder to know which people are actually against Eren at the moment in the story that could die by his hand to be the one who's under the grave. I also believe that Eren didn't die in the last chapter for this outcome to happen. Check out my Warhammer Titan theory video to see why and how. The sequence after this, both the adult and young Eren begin to walk away from the grave to head to another location. It seems when the adult Eren makes it to where he was going, people confront him to check who he is, with him revealing that it was the one who protected Paradise, making the people let him through. It also seems that the people who were there didn't stop the young Eren, as the young Eren isn't actually there, but is seeing all of this from the future memories, but later forgets all of this in the current time that the start of Attack on Titan is in. That is exactly what I'm going to think for now at the moment. When adult Eren makes it inside, he is met by a child, and I'm assuming it's his child with his wife there as well. The next scene after this one is not surprising to see, as what Eren has been through has been real tragic and rough, since here we see Eren falling down to his knees in guilt and sorrow from the actions he had committed in the past. The younger Eren goes to him and touches him for this Eren to see what the adult one had done. The younger Eren goes through the memories of the adult Eren to see him confronting a pregnant woman who is in tears but later accepts for what's to come. From this, I'm going to assume this pregnant woman is actually Historia, with Eren taking advantage of her while she also accepts what's to come, with her also understanding what's going on right now. What I mean by Eren taking advantage of her is that he uses her newborn child as the pathway to start the rumbling once again. I also talked about this in my Warhammer Titan theory video, so for more information on that, check it out there. In the next scenes, the young Eren continues to go through the different memories adult Eren has, with him seeing a world of devastation and destruction, symbolizing the rumbling. In the next sequence after this one, it seems that the young Eren is enraged seeing all of this death and destruction, but shortly after, he comes to realize and accept why all of this had happened, and understands why his older self had done this, which was for the sake of Paradise seeing the light once more. After this, we cut to a scenery of graves and a lone tree that represents the one at the start of Attack on Titan, while a bright light also shines upon everything in this scene as well. The adult Eren disappears from the view of the younger Eren, and now the younger Eren should awaken back into his own time to only find himself in tears next to the tree, just like in Attack on Titan Chapter 1. So that's the end of me analyzing that ending video, and now let's talk about it. With all the young and adult Eren stuff, it could only be confusing, but we can come to a conclusion that this is the result of young Eren being there due to the paths or the Attack Titan's future memory ability. Eren hadn't gotten his Titan back then, so it's probably a bit of a stretch, but maybe the paths could help him out with that. This ending itself comes to show how guilty and sad Eren would be if his goals completed at the cost of anything. It also shows how Eren would have still cared for his friends, with the ending also showing him crying in front of the grave he had visited. Another thing this ending adds is that Eren could actually be seen as a hero to Paradise on the outside though, but on the inside Eren is not feeling that way. The reason I said Eren is seen as a hero is that there were people in front of his home like security and weren't letting anyone in except if they were people who lived there. The people of Paradise would also think highly of Eren because he had saved them from being destroyed by the world's forces. One last thing I have to say for this is that this is probably one of my favorite theories out there, and if the ending actually goes the same way, I wouldn't have any problems with it, but of course I would still be sad from seeing the rest of the Alliance potentially dying. I think that's all I have left for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy, and if you did, comment some more ending theories as we're almost to the last chapter. I'll also make sure to check out all of the comments cause I really do find them all interesting. So like always, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button, and turn on bell notification. It's been Endless Requiem, peace.